Today we're going to teach you how to do a selection zoom. The first step here is to duplicate the footage. So I'm going to grab a copy of it up here and bring it up to the top. You can do this with video or not. I'm just doing it with a still to show you. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of a fade at the start here. And then I'm going to move to 2 seconds. Just the cursor down here to 2 seconds. Zoom in a bit so you can see what we're doing. 2 seconds, and I'm going to drag my footage over to the 2 second mark because that's where I want this effect to start. So now that the footage is duplicated, we're going to mask the selection. In the pan crop menu down here, there's a sync cursor button. You want to make sure that's turned on. It's going to make things a lot easier for you to figure out what's going on. So we select the pan crop tool right here, and we're going to go down to the second slot, the mask, turn that on, and then I'm going to grab the rectangular mask tool. You can make any kind of mask you want. I'm going to use a rectangular mask just because of what we've got set up here. And starting at the top left, I'm going to drag down to the bottom right to select what I want to zoom on. So still in the pan crop tool, we're going to go back up to position. And you see it's already keyframe at the start. There's always a keyframe by default set there. So you'll notice if I move the cursor up here into 10 seconds, it also jumps, when I let go, it also jumps down in the pan crop window. That's why you want that sync on, because it's so much easier to see what you're doing. So now we're going to zoom out with the wheel, grab this corner, and zoom in to make the selection zoom in. So if I pulled the corner out, it would make it smaller instead. And then I'm going to grab the frame and position it exactly where I want it. And that keyframe is there. Now we're going to make it a hold keyframe. What that says is do not change anything until the next keyframe. This one I'm going to take a smooth keyframe, which means until it hits the next keyframe, smoothly transition from one to the next. Now I'm going to grab the cursor up here again and move to where I want the effect to end, to stop being static. I'm going to create another keyframe right here, and that's going to make it already there, and I'm going to change this back to smooth, because after this keyframe, now we want it to smoothly interpolate again. And I'm going to bring it down to the end of the footage that I want the effect on, right to the end there. And the quickest way to get it back is to just go up here and say default, and it'll put everything back. And that's all there is to it. Now if we play that through, you'll see what we have accomplished there. It zooms in that section up, holds it for the 4 seconds with the hold keyframe, then we change it back to smooth and it zooms out. And that's all there is to it.